Hi, this is Mr. Shumway. This video clip explains how to do some calculations involving class periods. If we need to have 1,640 minutes of class time each week and went to school for 4 days per week and got a 30-minute lunch and 4 minutes to get to each of our 7 classes, there would be how many minutes between the start time and the end time each day? Well, let's figure out the number of minutes per day. So I have to get 1,640 class minutes. If I spread those out over 4 days, so that's 410 minutes in class per day. Well, I also have a lunch, so that's 30. And then the one right before lunch, we don't have 4 minutes. And the one right before the end of school, we don't have 4 minutes. So for 5 of those classes, we have 4 minutes. So 5 times 4 minutes is 20 minutes. So I also add on 20 minutes of passing time. So the total time here adds up to be 460. If I add my 410 plus 30 plus 20. School starts at 8:30 on Tuesday. If we have 43-minute class periods, 4 minutes after the next class for 4 periods, then 5th period, lunch, then 4 minutes between the next 2, then 8th period, and the school ends at 3:11. How many minutes should be left for lunch? Well, let's take if we went from 8:30 to 2:30, that would be, well, 8:30 to 12:30 would be 4 hours. That's 4 hours. And then 12:30 to 2:30, that's 2 hours. So that would be 6 hours. And then to get to 3 o'clock, that would be 30 minutes, and then 11 more to be 3:11. So we have 6 hours and 41 minutes. Of total time. And we're going to use 43 minutes 8 times. 43 times 8. So there's 344 minutes in class. And then if I add on, let's see, 6 passing times. 6 times 4 is 24. So if I add that on to my class time, that turns out to be 368 minutes out of my 6 hours and 41 minutes, and so the rest of that can be lunchtime. Well, let's see how many minutes is 6 hours and 41 minutes. So 6 hours at 60 minutes each is 360 plus my 41, total of 401 minutes. 368 are for class and passing. So if I subtract my 368 11 minus 8 is 3, and so the 40 becomes 39. 39 minus 36 is 3. So lunch will be 33 minutes, or should be 33 minutes. That's not how it is on Tuesdays because fourth period is only 35 minutes instead of 43. If I had 7 classes a day for 47 minutes each for 4 days a week, that would give us a total of how many minutes of class time? 7 times 47 is 329. And if I multiply that by 4, that tells me I have 1,316 minutes of class time per week. Well, school starts at 8 a.m. We had school for only 4 days a week. If we need to get 1,700 minutes of a week of class time, each of the 8 classes would have to be how long? Well, so let's say 1,700 minutes divided between 4 days is 425 minutes a day. And divide that between 8 classes. That says there will be 53.1 minutes per class. And I would guess that they would just round that to 53, call it good. So 8 classes per day for 43 minutes, 6 4-minute passing times, a 30-minute lunch, and 8 o'clock start time. School would end at, well, let's see how many minutes, and then we'll figure out how many hours. So 8 times 43 344. And we add our 30 minutes of lunch. So that'd be 374. And we add 6 times 4 is 24. So if I add my 24 minutes, then I get 398 minutes total, starting at 8 o'clock. Well, so 6 hours is 360 minutes. So if I say, well, let's take my 398 and subtract 6 hours. Oops. That leaves me 38 minutes. So from 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock is 6 hours, and then 38 more minutes. So 2:38 is when we'll get out. So those are just some problems involving class periods, both division and multiplication, so you can practice when do we use which.